Hey, welcome back. We got more Age of Empires for you here. Another hybrid map. We're on Mongolian Heights, so we got a little bit of water here. It's going to be myself playing as the English up against my opponent Fardoche playing as the French. It's a long match we got here, so we're going to speed up a little bit through this intro here. I'm going to be doing my standard English opener on these hybrid water maps, so we're getting that council hall quick, get a little aggression out on the water, and try to secure a little bit of a fishing operation while denying my opponent's fishing operation. And it's kind of a, get a lot of sheep there. That's really good. It's kind of an interesting start here. When you're up against the French, you can't just spam longbows. Really, you want a lot of your wood going to outposts and spearmen. Outposts so that your longbowmen and villagers can retreat into them, and spearmen to just counter the knights. Of course, your opponent will eventually go archers to counter that, but at that point, you're going to have to start making man-at-arms, and now you're both having these blended compositions of armies, so it gets very difficult. At that point, things kind of get wonky. Scouted out my opponent, saw the School of Cavalry. I know some Royal Knights are on their way. In fact, there's the first one. Fortunately, bingo, my Spearman finishes right as the Royal Knight arrives. I can defend my villager. That's the most important part. Yeah, we're going to rally back here. He's just harassing with a scout over here. Although, attacks here are going to become very common. We'll see plenty of that as the game goes on. But I'm going to secure my position here. I want to get a outpost up. Next up, dock. If we can get the dock down, we can start making fish, and we can start taking advantage of this whole operation. Like, why we did this. Why did we build this forward barracks? Why are we holding this area? My opponent can easily go around with his Royal Knights, so I'm going to send some of my spearmen back. And probably we're going to want to build a barracks over here as well. And in fact, I spot the 3 Royal Knights coming. This scout ends up being super helpful. I'm glad I kept him active on the map. So now I can just send some spearmen back to defend this position. I know it's only 1 villager mining gold, but it's still worth defending. We're getting our fishing ships out, and now I'm sending a longbowman up to see if there's any docks from my opponent. It's interesting, after seeing that many Royal Knights, and I've been scouting up and down this river for pretty much the whole time, haven't seen my opponent put down a dock. It's a little worrying. I don't really know what to do when my opponent just doesn't make a dock. I mean, I'm so used to them making one and then me having to tear it all down. So I'm just going to take advantage of the water. I got my 3 fishing ships. That's some free food. We might as well get some wood. And now I spot archers. This is a little concerning. It's a decent number of archers, and I really only have spearmen right now. So I'm thinking we're going to need more defenses. So that's what we're going for. And we're probably going to lose what we've got here. I'm hoping to keep this position. I'm even going to put a arrow. I'm going to put an arrow slits on this outpost, but I'm concerned. More Royal Knight harassment. I've probably lost 2 villagers to these Royal Knights. It is nice that we're defending against them. I mean, we're dealing damage. He might have the chivalry upgrade. We can watch, see if the Royal Knights repair themselves or start healing themselves. No, nothing much yet. Outpost is dinging. We're just kind of not sure what's going on. In the meantime, I'm saying to myself, if I lose this forward position, because I can't really defend it against a big army, and I want to use this, blacksmith's working on upgrades. I mean, that could have easily been siege engineering. Like, my opponent could be all-inning me here. I decide, let's get the second town center down. We'll stop mining stone. We managed to get the 300 we needed. Let's get this town center up and see where we go from there. Scouting around the periphery of his base with this scout, something I really like to do. I want to do that more. I was able to find some of his military production. I found the blacksmith. I even saw some villagers heading up here to put down a mill, so that's really great. He sends in more Royal Knights. I'm going to lose more villagers here. That's probably 2 villagers, or maybe just the 1. Hard to tell. But the spearmen are kind of escorting them away. And once we get this second town center up, that's another place that my villagers can retreat. So this wood line is going to be fairly safe. And thankfully we got this outpost up here, so hopefully that'll discourage any attacks on the gold. But now he's beginning his assault on my forward position, and that is a lot of archers. That's the big problem. 13 archers. They can take out all of my fishing ships whenever they want, so I'm just going to squirrel them away inside the dock. I'm glad I've got the arrow emplacement on here. We're at least dealing damage to these Royal Knights. The arrow emplacement does a lot. It's hard to tell. I have to ungarrison the spearmen to tell you the damage, but it looks like it's doing a pretty good amount. Yeah, he's taking a decent amount. Looks like 7 per hit. And it fires quickly, so we could probably take out 1 or 2 Royal Knights. It would have been really nice to get the Fortify Outpost upgrade, but I put everything towards my second town center. I'm okay with losing the outpost. I'm okay with losing the barracks. When I lose the dock, that's going to really hurt. Running my fishing ships away. I mean, he might be adding on even more. He's at 16 archers now. Oof. If I just go pure longbowman to counter these, his Royal Knights will tear my longbowmen apart, even with the palings that we can put down. It'll take him a little bit to knock down this dock, but 5 Royal Knights, 16 archers, it's pretty much decided over there. So I've decided to begin turtling up in my base. With my 2 town centers, I can produce villagers quickly. I'm going to try to put a stop to the attack. I really want to rescue this. I'm even sending villagers out to repair it, but he just has too much. He's got good upgrades too. We lose a lot, maybe take out 3 Royal Knights, handful of archers. It's just not enough. I'm going to lose the dock. Really got to stop engaging here. Oh, okay, we get another Royal Knight. That's not bad. At this point, I need to relinquish map control. I need to say to myself, it's over. Okay. Looks like my 3 fishing boats are here. I should probably retreat them if I can. Oh, okay, we're going to run. We're going to run. Oh, the scout actually burned down one of my fishing ships. We're just going to run for it. Okay. Scout can't do much about that. So he's got a huge force here. He just harassed my gold again. Probably lost a few villagers there. Maybe 1 or 2. Oh, yeah, definitely lost some villagers on these. Oh, no, looks like I retreated them. That's good. He decided to leave the barracks, so at least I have another production building. And I send a suicide spearman to go in and try and see what his army looks like. But my scout manages to give me a good vision of it. Just more Royal Knights and archers. I'm going to send some villagers up this way to try and get a secret dock. I've still got these 3 fishing ships. They're worth... I mean, it cost me, what, 225 wood? I really want to put them to work. It'd be a shame if they just sat around and did nothing for the whole game. So I'm going to at least squirrel away this little dock and hopefully get them working again. I should see the idle villagers soon. Hopefully that'll allow me to order these fishing ships to work. I'm going to try to engage with his army because I saw him go up to the castle age. I figure he's low on resources, but man, it does not look like a good engagement. Thankfully, this kind of buys me a little bit of time. I am getting attacked here, but I am able to go up to the next age, and with the King's Palace, that'll be 3 town centers. And nice, looks like we're back to fishing. That's some much-needed food income. Scaring off these Royal Knights. Would really like, when I get the upgrade, or when I go to the next age, I'd love to either wall this off with stone or put a springald emplacement here. We make it to the castle age. Really relieved that we're able to make it, because if my opponent stayed on the castle age, for longer than me. It's going to be just some incredibly upgraded Royal Knights, crossbowmen, mangonels, trebs to take down any defensive structures that I have. It's going to be bad news. Getting my man-at-arms upgrade. In terms of upgrades, I just got my blacksmith. That's bad. I've seen my opponent getting upgrades, and the French get their attack upgrades for free. Looks like I have very few economic upgrades. Yeah, I don't even have wheelbarrow. It's likely due to a lack of gold. This position's been harassed a lot, but now we're finally getting some villagers on it. I'm okay with this. I mean, I could just produce spearmen and longbowmen and be happy, though. Okay, good. I got the veteran longbowman upgrade. The scout finds my fishing operation, and I'm going to lose all this. There's just no getting around it. Fortunately, I mean, these fishing ships, they put a little bit more work in. Look at that. He even turned in the last of his food. There's 40 food right there. Multiple attacks going on right here. I sent one horseman in to scout. I think I lost a scout down here. My gold is once again under harassment. It looks like I've lost 5 villagers here. That's so bad. That's painful. Fortunately, with the 3 town centers, I can keep producing. But let's look at income. He's certainly ahead in gold, and wood's still up there, but I'm ahead in food. That's good. At the same time, I led an assault on his base, traded with some of his knights, but these longbowmen are probably going to get, yeah, mangonelled and royal knighted. Ouch. Bit of a trade there. I mean, I lost a lot of villagers. He lost some of his troops. Now, I'm trying to wall this up, but he sends his units in. I'm going to probably gather up these units here and send them forward. And yeah, send a villager behind to finish it out. Once this wall goes up, I'm feeling good, because I got this palisade on the north end. If I can secure this south end, that'll be great. He'll have to come from here, and I'm already putting down a circle of outposts. And I really recommend you do this. Do some outpost creep. It doesn't hurt to send a few villagers out to just place them, especially on Mongolian heights. If you can place them up and down the river, then you'll know where they're fishing. I mean, I was able to spot his dock down here. That's kind of my target right now. I wish I could take that out. But really, I've got bigger things on my mind. I need to defend myself. I need to get a counter to his mangonels, royal knights, archers, and crossbowmen. So I need mangonels of my own. I'm going to need springalds to deal with his mangonels, and I need spearmen. Looks like I've got the upgrade. That's good. But now I'm noticing that he's parking these galleasses in the river. He's putting them at all the ocean or the little river crossings. These things have forward bombards that do heavy damage. They can take out, I mean, it's 130 damage. It's a little bit AoE. They can really knock out an army. And I'm not really sure what to do about them. Like, what can I do? I'm going to try to get another dock down to maybe counter them, but I need siege units. I'm going to try and build an outpost down here, but we're walking right past these royal knights. Oh, somehow this guy slipped through. He'll probably notice. Yep, here come the royal knights. Here, just some wolves. But I was able to grab a relic. Had a really good relic spawn this game. You can see there's 4 relics on my side. There was one over here. There's one over here near the sacred site. There's one over here. And then there's one down here. Those are all 4 on my half of the map. There's only 1 on his side of the map. He has grabbed it, but it's insane the imbalance on the relics this match. And the longer the game goes, the more that imbalance is going to come into play. So I really feel for my opponent here. This map spawn is rough. Rough when it comes to relics. He's wisely sending his galleass to meet my army. I'm just going to hightail it past. I'm hoping to get out. I'm going to test to see what a mangonel does to a galleass. Nothing, so I decide to retreat the mangonel. Don't like what I'm seeing there. I'm hoping this forward army can kill some villagers that were around here, but it was really only maybe one? And now I'm like, crap. I was really hoping to do economic damage here. I should have scouted ahead with a scout. Now I'm finding his army. Oh, mama. That is a bunch of Royal Knights, a bunch of Arbaletriers, and archers. At least they're not veteran archers, but I'm also seeing Springalds and Mangonels. He's just pretty much got me when it comes to an army. I mean, his income's ahead of me. His current resources are ahead of me. I mean, he has so much military right now. You can't really tell from this military menu, but yeah, he's doing really well. Look at how many he's killed. And I mean, just look at the player score. He's way ahead. If he can convert all these resources into units, he can cap out on his population and just send an unstoppable army at me. He's walling here. I'm putting a keep down here. I sent a small force to defend it because I really want to get this keep down. And like I said, I'm starting to put outposts along the river to get better vision. He's destroying this dock, but I really want this arrow slit emplacement to be put on. Hopefully it'll start shooting at the galleys. I want to see how much damage this does. Is this okay versus a galleys? It's pretty good, actually. Look at how fast it's shooting. The DPS is really good. Like I said, these towers are just so good along the river because these ships are really weak to like individual arrow fire. That's why longbowmen do so well against them. Like, look, he's gonna lose this battle. He's barely doing any damage to my tower. Down here, I'm squabbling with another one of his ships. We're trying to burn it, but we're not really doing any damage. So there's not a lot going on here. The more important thing is that I'm getting the keep up. He needs to target the keep, but I don't think he has the range. This keep would be huge. Ooh, yoink, grab another relic. If this keep goes up, these galleasses don't have a chance. Just like you saw up north when this was shooting at a galleass, wait till you see the arrows from this castle hit the galleass. That is like a machine gun. That galleass is not making it home. Even with the healing, incredible. Goodbye, villager. However, it's not going to attack the stone wall. The stone wall can't be damaged by arrows. So I'm about to be attacked by probably the most terrifying army I've gone up against. We saw that my opponent has an insane amount of current resources. His income is way ahead. All he needs to do is max out his military and come at me. And I'm getting a little preview of his army. Thank you, outpost. I'm adding in more military buildings. I don't know why he doesn't attack. It's at this point in the game, I have no idea why he doesn't go in for the finisher. Maybe he's focused on this keep, wants to get rid of it. Once again, English keeps, we can produce whatever we want from here. So we can just mail order some siege units to the front line. He's clearing out the sacred site. I don't know why he doesn't go for the kill here. He's got a forward keep right at this this choke point here. It's a smart play by him. I'm getting some upgrades. In fact, let's take a moment, check upgrades as I get enough to go up to the Imperial Age. I could either put the Berkshire Palace down, maybe up here, and secure this area. Nothing's getting past the Berkshire. But I said to myself, maybe a central wind guard would be great. And now, I know I was going to check upgrades, but this is the start of an incredible battle. He accidentally sends forward these trebuchets, and I take advantage of it. I have 4 Springalds nearby. We're going to try and snipe them down. But this starts an incredible fight. What are the advantages and disadvantages on either side? The advantages for me, I have network of castles in play. So it's going to give all of my units faster rate of fire. And I also have this stealth forest that I can retreat into. My opponent's advantages are incredible upgrades and just pure army numbers. And a huge line of siege and this keep. So I'm always on the defensive. I can't go forward. But watch how I play this. I'm going to keep retreating these Springalds into the stealth forest. If he wants to send his knights forward, so be it. I'm going to put a springald emplacement on this forward outpost. And these longbowmen are going to keep aggroing his units. That's the best part. We're going to snipe down whatever siege units we see across the way. So we get a springald there. Let's go for this springald. And he's coming forward, but that's okay. This outpost is going to take shots. Yeah, there was another shot right there. He loses his scout. That's a lot of vision. The keep's providing good vision. I've got good vision, thankfully. Gonna put down a keep. Gonna put down an outpost. I've got a lot of units trying to defend against these heavily upgraded Royal Knights. His crossbowmen are in the back, but more importantly, his mangonels are not coming forward. They're stuck back here. He's got 5 of them. Why doesn't he bring them forward? He's losing all of his units. I've got my own mangonel. It's taking shots at the knights and the crossbowmen. My springalds are picking off his springalds. The springald war finally ends. I'm left with 2. He has none. His trebs are definitely going to take out my keep. In fact, I don't even think I finish it. It's hard to tell. But here come his crossbowmen. The mangonel, I don't think he sees it beneath the keep. So we're getting shots on all of these crossbowmen, and the longbowmen are still taking shots. Keep's going to go down. That's okay. He's coming forward again with just ranged units. If he comes too far forward, the mangonel is going to take shots. I need to get villagers to repair this mangonel. Hopefully I notice that it's injured. And he puts his mangonels up here. I don't know why. He needs to keep them with his army. I'm going to send my springalds forward to snipe down his trebuchets. They're valuable units. Nice. I think I've just shift queued them. Yep. We'll just take them all out. Why not? Looks like we aggro his archers. They're going to come forward. Oh, that's a lot of arbaletriers. Would love to fix this mangonel, but I cannot believe... Oh, mangonel shot. Huge. Oh, and the springald on this outpost was working that whole fight. The whole fight it was killing his units. I cannot believe I held that. I was dead to rights. Somehow I defended. The English just have incredible defensive bonuses. All my units were attacking faster. This stealth forest ended up being incredibly useful, and with all these outposts, I had great vision of everything. Opponent put down the Red Palace. This is a really nasty keep. He put it up here to try and prevent any more docks from coming down, but it's not on this side of the river. If he had put it here, he would have secured the sacred site. He probably should have come forward with that. And then he just leaves those mangonel up here, so I'm just going to send infantry forward to burn them all down. Why not? He left them completely exposed. He decided to pull his army to the right and his mangonels to the left with this keep down because of my trebuchets, which are just coming out of my Windguard Palace. I was able to just squeak across and burn them all down. Well, almost all of them. And I'm finally remembering to use my Windguard Palace this game. We're spamming units from it. You can see it takes forever to make them, but every time this produces, it creates a longbowman, a spearman, a man-at-arms, a knight, and a trebuchet. You can see it's incredibly cost-effective, great for long games. As long as you're just churning them out, you're going to have tons of trebs and just a decent number of units. Like, this is clearly a Windguard Palace army, and they're just trying to hold their own against these knights. Kind of a misrally here. I need to pull these units back. It's great that I won the fight, but I'm just throwing units away at this point. Up here, he decides, okay, liked how the Red Palace was defending this, I'll just put a bunch of keeps here. And he's using his villagers to burn down everything. He's probably going to put another keep down just to completely secure it. But, I mean, I'm going to have an excess of trebs. I mean, these trebuchets are being produced non-stop. And I've queued up so many. Like, this is 3 trebuchets that are eventually going to come out. So I'm always going to be having them being produced. So I can take out keeps. I'm not scared of keeps. Down here, I've produced a bombard from my keep. I'd really like this bombard to either break through this stone wall or get to work on this area here. Looks like I'm losing some siege units in the middle. I mean, it's just a non-stop fight down here. But man, the springald on this outpost is great. I've got the enclosures on my farms, so you can see that they are producing gold every so often. That's a huge late game upgrade for the English. Really glad I got that. Just look at how it ticks away and gives me gold. Income, my opponent was way ahead previously. Now I'm ahead. I'm not sure why. I feel like he's probably got idle villagers, or he's using them to build structures like these keeps, but my income is just exploding. These farms are producing so much food. They're also producing gold. And I've got 4 relics and a sacred site currently. We're producing a lot. I've got a really balanced economy. I relocated all of my chopping to these forests here. We're mining what we can safely behind these stone walls. And good, now the bombard's going to work. Of course, on the other side of the river, I'm spotting cannons and springalds, and of course trebuchets as well. My opponent was really diligent about making siege units, which was really cool to see. That's the sign of a good player. Of course, I'm naturally making lots of siege units because of the Wingard Palace, but I should continue to make bombards, I don't know about Ribaldequins, and occasionally maybe mangonels to deal with large infantry balls, but I haven't really seen much from him. He accidentally sends a cannon forward. That's expensive. I mean, we've been accidentally donating units to each other this whole game. I get a dock down, and I'm thinking, all right, now I can get a Carrack out. Unfortunately, his siege units are saying otherwise. I decide to come forward. He's not protected by his keep anymore. I don't know what he thinks is defending him, so I'm going to engage. I'm really feeling strong. I can't believe I won that previous engagement. Let's do it. Let's fight. Oh, this is such a good battle. Let's go to the cinematic mode. I'm using the volley ability on my longbowmen, so they're firing like at 100% faster rate. We're engaging with all of his units. He's building a keep down here. It's almost finished. There's not much I can do about it. So after we engage with these units, we have to back away. I'm going to back all my units off because we can't fight near that keep. So I'm going to send smaller forces into his base. I'll have the longbowman trade a little bit with his archer, or with his crossbowman, or his arbaletriers. But look at these units. They're just tearing up his farms. We're killing tons of villagers. Meanwhile, who knows where these folks are going? Let's see. Looks like I'm identifying more. Yeah, some choppers, some farms. Yeah, I'm just going to send these 3 to take care of this, and I'll send these 3 around to explore way back here. I think I gave them orders to just attack move all the way back there. He's continued to put down more keeps. He's trying to send villagers forward to kill my bombard, but I put a cannon emplacement. Ooh, cannon emplacement on this outpost. So yeah, he's trying to trade, but I've got a Treb firing. He has to keep villagers here non-stop repairing, or he's going to lose these keeps. I don't know what they're really doing. He has to secure this sacred site for it to really matter. We're engaging with more of his troops. I like this. We just found his ranged units here, so we're just gonna take on his arbaletriers. Man, they're good at taking out these heavy infantry. We're doing like no damage. Might be an issue of upgrades. Let's check. Okay, it looks like I'm finishing out some of my upgrades. That's good. Do I have a university? I think I put one. Okay, I'm putting one down now. Are we still producing from the Wingard? We are. That's good. Looks like it's about to run out, though. Would love to keep making more. I'm pretty much maxed out when it comes to my population. Yep, pop cap reached. His income is starting to really struggle. We're trying to take out this keep here. Trebs are doing good work, although his springalds and his cannons are great anti-siege units. I really need to send these units forward, but I was scared of the keep. Now I have no excuse. They really need to go forward and burn down all of these units. Down here, I'm trying to build a battering ram to take out his walls here. He successfully took out my keep using trebs. Those trebuchets just are natural keep killers. And look, I take out both of his keeps up here. Now's my chance to secure the sacred site and also start attacking his red palace. You can see I just have trebuchets everywhere thanks to that Windguard palace. So I'm going to take the sacred site back. And now he's engaging because I sent some troops forward to burn down his siege units. And I'm always trying to remember to activate that arrow volley so that my elite longbowmen attack quickly. It's very good against these arbaletriers, which have only 3 ranged armor. They have great melee armor, but not great against ranged. Oh, that explains why during this fight his crossbowmen just seemed to not take any damage. It's because these spearmen were doing 3 damage. Men-at-arms were only doing 6. I really need my knights to get on top of those crossbowmen. Nice, we're getting elite army tactics. Health of melee infantry and damage is upped. That's important. And we're getting incendiary arrows. That'll be great for my longbowmen. Finally finished the battering ram. Fortunately, his trebuchet's stuck on attacking my battering ram. This trebuchet is trying to take out what it can. He's building another keep. Would love it if my trebuchet targeted that. Okay, nice. It's switching over. Nice. Building up another force of units. I'm feeling like, I don't know, the game's still at a standstill, but I'm starting to really starting to push back. I feel like I can take this sacred site once I break through this wall with this battering ram, and I'm getting really good upgrades. And my economy is amazing. Still chopping a lot of wood, still gaining a lot of gold. Granted, we have no more gold mines on my map, on my half of the map. So all these villagers that were mining gold, I don't know what they're gonna do, but we're still getting gold income thanks to the 4 relics we grabbed and all of these farms. Look at all the gold that they're producing. That's amazing. There's probably 5 mill clusters, so that's like 5 times 8, maybe 40 farms all working away. And I actually had some infantry build a battering ram up here, and it's working away at his buildings. We were able to destroy 4 houses up there. I notice his army is up here. It's an awkward spot for his army to be, so I decide, let's push in. If his army's up here, I don't know what he's going to do over here. He's probably just going to try and neutralize the sacred sites, so be it. I'll put some outposts down to protect my villagers. We'll put a springald emplacement here, although it looks like he has some cannons. We'll come forward and take the sacred site to the south, and we'll push through the center. The idea is keep my units here, move my cannons down here. I want to take out all of his military production. Sending my army this way really quickly just to take out the keep that's being built. But now I'm noticing his army has disappeared, and now it's heading this way. So I need to prepare for an attack from the north and get these cannons to the south with maybe a small escort of units. So I need a huge chunk of this army to double back because we're going to lose this keep. This defensive keep's not going to go up. I have to cancel it, retreat the villagers. Nice. Going to lose the trebuchet, whatever. But now I've activated the rapid... Oh, I need to activate the arrow volley. Probably about to. Or maybe it doesn't show up here in the... Oh, nope, there it is. Look how fast these fire. And this is normal speed. That's insane. So while we're doing this, I don't care if I win or lose this. This is what matters. These cannons are just knocking everything down. It's just turning into a wasteland over here. That's what I'm hoping to do. Down here, burning... Oh, we're actually ramming down the dock, and then we're going to take the sacred site. My opponent's about to tap out. It was a great match. I really enjoyed it. Went way into the late game, and it made me realize what advantages I can take when my opponent doesn't go for a dock and how I need to play it, because that second town center was crucial for me. Unfortunate that the relic spawns were all on my side. I feel really bad about that. But otherwise, it was a great match. Loved the variety. It was just a slug fest the whole way through. Hope the next one's just as good, and I hope you can tune in for it. See you next time.